right, let's craft irresistible offers and perfect your introduction, right? Now that you have uncovered the two secret forces that make your clients buy, their pains and pursuits, it's time to now turn that insight into something that makes them say yes right away. Gives you the foot in the door, the entry point. Now, this lesson is about creating your irresistible offer and sharing it in a way that people don't just hear it, they feel it. You know, one of the biggest lessons I ever learned about offers came from a moment that didn't lead to a sale. Yeah. Years ago, I was cold calling one of my clients, prospects for my agency, for my marketing agency. I booked a quick coffee meeting with a small business owner. And during the coffee meet, we discussed, I shared my services, exchanged ideas, and we left feeling good. But he didn't sign up. And 2.5 years later, the same person called me up, not as a client, but to refer me to a business institute. That referral turned into one of the most rewarding, financially rewarding, and fulfilling projects, one of the biggest projects. And the next year, he referred me again. That's when I realized that even when people don't buy from you right away, they remember how you made them feel. And in my ebook, I also say everyone is your client in that sense because he didn't become my client, but I would call him as my biggest client because he was a node to give me an entry point to one of my biggest projects. And that's exactly what we are going to do today. To help your audience remember you through your unforgettable introduction and irresistible offer. Right? So, step one, know your people deeply. Before you craft your offer, go back to the money making research. You already know their pains, their pursuits, their objections, right? The stories that that tells them themselves that why it might not work. Examples in case of health, what if my body doesn't respond like others? In case of the niche of wealth, some of you must be in the domain of wealth or finances. I've tried this before, it never works. Or relationships of, one course can't fix my years of conflict. So the moment you understand the hidden resistance, your story stops becoming a sales pitch and then starts becoming a mirror. Step two, stop selling features, start selling feelings. People don't buy what you do, they buy what it makes them feel. Examples, they don't buy a fitness plan, sell feeling confident again in their own skin. Don't sell tax consulting, sell the freedom to be able to sleep peacefully at night, knowing their finances are being handled. You don't sell English lessons, you sell the pride of being finally able to express themselves without fear. So ask yourself, what emotional transformation does my offer create? Right? That's your real product. Step three, craft your unforgettable introduction. Now let's bring it all together. Here's the formula that never fails. I help your ideal client achieve their biggest goals in specific time frame, if there is, so that they can desired outcome without frustration, even if the common objection, right? Examples, let's take in the case of healing. I help overworked professionals restore their energy and calm in 8 weeks without medication, even if they have tried every stress management app before. In case of wealth, I help small business owners double their revenue in 6 months or so without working longer hours, even if they have taken multiple courses that didn't work. It can be applied for some services too, language coaching or communication or anything. I help professionals speak fluent, confident English in 90 days without grammar drills, even if they have been shy speakers their whole life. Notice the even if. These are actual examples from the playground community that have won them great wins. These are winning examples, by the way. All my examples throughout the program are winning examples by members who just started like you. I always take real winning examples. Notice the even if. That's where you neutralize the objection before it even arises. If you want a lighter conversation version, you can try, you know how the problem. So what I do is solution. Okay, so step 4 is turning it into an irresistible offer. So once your introduction is ready, you wrap it into something concrete. Example, in case of, let's say, healing, join my 8-week energy reset program where we restore your natural vitality using breathwork, nervous system regulation, and intuitive routines. So you wake up clear, calm, and recharged. In case of language coaching, in my 90-day confident English accelerator, you go from hesitating to owning your every conversation with live speaking practice, real world topics, and personal feedback. So it's very specific, transformational, rooted in their emotions, and it makes it irresistible. Step 5 is story selling it all together. Now you've built your offer. Now comes the part where it turns into, from marketing to magic. So story selling makes your offer sound like conversation, not a pitch. And so how you do that? Let's look at the frame. Here's the flow I want you to use every time you share an offer. So you start with a struggle. For example, you know how, describe the frustration, pain, dream, what they are can instantly relate to. Then share your solution. So what I do is briefly explain what you help them achieve and how you do it differently. Show your system or offer. In fact, I have a introduce your program, course, or service naturally, and then suggest the next step. Instead of hard selling, you'll say, invite. So I host a 1-week story selling course. Where can I send you the RSVP link? I'm running a free demo this week. Want me to share the details with you? Right? Let's look at some examples from the members. Okay. You know how so many professionals wake up tired even after sleeping for 8 hours? They've tried meditation, supplements, even therapy, but the exhaustion doesn't go away. So, what I do is I help them reset their energy and nervous system in just 8 weeks using a mix of breath work and intuitive healing. In fact, I have an 8-week program called Energy Reset, where we bring back your vitality and calm without medication, even if you have tried everything before. I'm hosting a 1-week program where I teach exactly how to do this. You know, so. So now it's your turn. Let's create your irresistible offer. Write your unforgettable introduction using the I help statement. Add even if, package it into the irresistible offer, and then practice story selling, saying it aloud, like you're having coffee with someone or who needs your offer. This is simplest yet most powerful way to sell with empathy, and it works whether you are on stage or Zoom or Instagram or parent teacher meeting or in an elevator. Right? So it's not the best offer that wins, it's the one that is felt most deeply.